Greetings to all you custom lightsaber fans and Star Wars enthusiasts. My name is Yukio, and this is my review of the Saber Forge Venom electronic custom lightsaber hilt. I'd like to first give a special thank you to Justin of the Saber Forge team for all his time spent answering my many questions and his patience in helping me decide exactly what I wanted for my first working lightsaber. Now, in the little opener for my video, you might have noticed that I chose the Descent when picking my hilt, and this is because the Descent and the Venom are essentially the same hilt with a few differences, the biggest one being the lack of a crystal chamber in the Venom. The reason I consider these two to be the same model is that unlike the other amazing crystal chamber hilts that Saber Forge offers, the Descent's chamber is basically a removable blade plug, whereas hilts like the Gladiator, Monarch, or Crystal Reveal Prodigal Son utilize cutouts in the body or sections of the saber that open to showcase the intricate crystal chamber work. I think the crystal chamber sabers are incredibly brilliant, but they're just not my style. So when I ordered the Venom, I just asked for it to be made exactly like the Descent with the leather wrap grip and the same intense weathering. And I have to say, these guys did not disappoint. Officially, this hilt is a modified Venom, but in my mind, it's really a Descent sans crystal chamber. I'm also just very partial to the name Descent, so to me, this will always just be a non-crystal Descent. Anyway, technicalities aside, let me get back to the aesthetics of this beautiful example of sabersmithing. As I said, I made a few particular requests for this hilt, and my expectations were not just met, they were exceeded. All Saber Forge sabers are custom machined from T6061 aluminum. This gives them a very realistic feel. They truly feel like a Jedi's weapon and not just like a toy, which, let's be honest, these really are toys for big boys and girls. But the precision with which they manufacture these hilts is incredible. The lines, the cutouts, the intricate details are all spectacular, and the leather wrap is absolutely beautiful. It definitely gives the hilt a unique feel when you hold it in your hands. It also makes it very comfortable to hold, and as I said, I also requested the heavy weathering so that this lightsaber would look unquestionably Sith. Now let's talk about the feel. As mentioned, Saber Forge's hilts are machined from high-grade aluminum, so it definitely has an authentic weight to it. But it isn't so heavy that it becomes tiresome to wield. This particular model is balanced pretty close to the center, and I'm not a combat expert, but in my hands, it really helps me to swing it around without it feeling awkward. And when it comes to wielding it, I think this hilt is best handled by the choke in this groove right here. Now, I know a lot of combatants like to hold it very close to the emitter, but I feel that given this hilt's design and balance, that this is really an optimal hand placement for spins and flourishes. However, it also feels quite comfortable holding it near the top of the main body section and works perfectly well for dueling. Now for the really impressive part. To activate the saber, you first pull the kill key. The kill key cuts power to the saber. And once the saber boots up, you just hit the ignition switch. Listen to that. To describe the sound that this thing emits as impressive would fall very flat. The ignition, the hum, the swings, the clash, the blaster deflects, the saber lockup, and the retraction are all crisp and very clear. Although I was upgraded to a high bass speaker, I initially had a standard speaker in it, and it was still more than loud enough. Now, all the Saber Forge sabers come with a blade plug, which allows you to, it basically gives you something nice to have in the emitter when you carry it around. To swap the blade plug for the blade, you just use the Allen wrench that comes with the saber, loosen the retention screw, the blade plug slides right out, and you just insert the blade and tighten the retention screw up. Now, I was also pleasantly surprised to find that Justin included the Spark Color 2 board in my saber, one of the first ones to go out, and the board that Saber Forge will be including in all their hero tier lightsaber builds. He also gave me an RRG Ace LED setup, which is 2 red LED dyes, a green and an amber, which, while a bit duller than the standard LED offerings, allows for much more color customization. The typical Saber Forge Hero build comes with 2 6-watt LEDs that then mix for a third 12-watt color. The LEDs in my hilt are all 3-watt, but as you can see, this thing is still quite bright. Now, again, with the 4 3-watt LEDs in the Saber, I'm able to create a lot of different color options for my blade. This can be done either utilizing the Spark Color Config Editor program on a Windows computer, or on the fly using the Spark Color Editor built into the board. This particular board allows for 9 different color options to be stored and up to 6 sound fonts. Once you have your colors chosen, you can change the color of your blade while the Saber is active by utilizing the dual phase motion, which is basically holding the Saber horizontally across from you and twisting it, just as you would a motorcycle throttle. Now, getting just the right twist can be a little tricky, but once you get it down, it's a very simple way to change the blade color instantaneously. Overall, I'm just extremely pleased with this lightsaber, and I already have 2 more hilts on order, a Resilient for my wife and another one for myself, one of their new models, the Silver Knight. I'll definitely be creating review videos for both of those sabers, so look for those to come soon. I hope this review has been helpful to those of you who are looking to buy your first electronic dual-ready lightsaber from Saber Forge, or are just interested in this particular hilt. There were a few topics I wanted to cover in more detail, such as using the in-Saber Spark Color Editor and the Spark Color Config Editor program, but I wanted to try and keep this video as short and concise as possible. However, if any of you would like me to do a video explaining both of those items, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be glad to consider a follow-up video for those 2 items or any other topics you might want to see. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.